What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky Transformers review, we're going to be taking a look at something new from the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom line. It is my first Kingdom figure, maybe my only Kingdom figure, who knows? And it is the brand new Voyager class Optimus Primal. Spoilers. We're doing Beast Wars now. Okay, so we have the new rhomboidal box now, and of course you got Primal here in his boss monkey mode. Here you have Primal in his gorilla mode, and then you have the Ark sitting on top of the volcano. That's an odd place for it to have ended up. And you got Voyager class Voyager, Voyager Classe Viajero, and Classe Voyager. Weird. It's weird how that's that Voyager, whatever. And then you've got some Cybertronian writing down here. I have no clue what that says. I'm fairly certain this says Optimus Primal. Let's look here. I'm looking for any repeat letters. Yes, it does say Optimus Primal. Okay, so I could probably learn Cybertronian if I try, but looks pretty good. Ages 8 plus. Hey, I'm in the middle of that. Hasbro. Come around here. You get the new Kingdom poster, which is pretty cool. Shows off the Ark. You've got a Galva Megatron, and then you've got a Black Arachnia, which I've seen in hand. We have a Scorponok coming at some point. We have a Dinobot, which also coming. We got Rhinox, that's cool. We got Cheetor, which is already out. I have had him in hand. We have good old Tigatron. There's Rat Trap, seen him as well. We got Bumblebee. Did I see Bumblebee? I think I did. RC coming back. Air Razor, interesting. Who else we have? So if we're getting an Ark, but we also have a Nemesis, it'd be really funny if we got a Nemesis that is also a Titan. Oh, by the way, there's a Unicron hiding there, and then Megatron right there. Megatron's fighting two smaller bots there. Okay, come to the back, and you've got robot mode, beast mode, and you got 22 steps. Cool for that. All the warnings and stuff like that. I don't believe there's any kind of read up on him at all. Come to the top, you get the Maximal logo. Took me a second. Sorry. You got these different symbols. These are mostly that were on the golden discs, which I guess is somehow going to be important since they gave him the vision of that. Spoilers for Earthrise. And this is actually going to be going to my buddy Rodimus 13 down the line. And by the way, it's a little sneaky little in the bottom here. And of course, if you open it up, you get this very cool thing. You get instrucciones, which are in green for reasons. I don't know. They really hate colorblind people, I guess. Not that I am, but I'm just saying. And you get this cool golden disky setup. I mean, in theory, like, I mean, you cut this open and, you know, straighten it all out. That's essentially the golden disc with an Autobot logo thrown on it. And then also off to the side here, you get the collector card, which apparently these all come with. And this is a very cool, sparkly Autobot Ark. And then on the back, golden disc. So that's neat. I don't know why they started this weird collector card thingy all of a sudden with these. I know that, like, some of the Prime Wars ones did come with them. But it is what it is. So let's get the monkey out here and take a look. Alright, guys, so here we have Optimus Primal in his beast mode. And of course, if you want to see how to get him in his beast mode, go check out the little thingy up there in the top. You'll see that in the Taro video, even though it should be like a beast mode or maximize video. It's a little bit weird. Alright, so in monkey mode, he does look like a big lump of furry stuff. You know, it's kind of the problem with Primal is getting his body to be, you know, a monkey. Even the MP we looked at a while back, a couple years ago, which was fantastic. Of course, that looked more actual, screen accurate. This one just looks like a monkey. I hope they do a remold, just reshell the outside to make it look like the actual TV counterpart. I mean, he looks like a gorilla. He's even got some painted eyes. Kind of hard to see, but they're in there. brown painted eyes. Gray plastic face. You can utilize the neck a little bit and a little bit of rotation. So one thing that's cool about these is that they have articulation in their alt modes, so to speak. You know, shoulders are still shoulders. You just got to be careful to not expose any monkey parts, so to speak, or robot parts. Like using the bicep rotation can hurt you a little. It does have elbows, does have wrist rotation, technically can open his hands, paws, whatever. Does technically have thigh rotation, but you will ruin the bottom even more than it's already ruined. As you can see, it's very ruined. This bit here doesn't do as good a job of covering everything as it probably should, and I swear when I first opened it up during my out the box reaction review that I do for my patrons. By the way, go check out the Patreon if you want to see things like that. I got it to fit better than that, so it is what it is. And his legs are essentially useless in this mode. You can sort of manipulate the toes. But, of course, he barely ever kind of walked around like this. So, for the most part, you can actually get him into something more akin to his standing form. So, if you come down here, the computer just sort of fired up all of a sudden. You can utilize his double knee joints to get a standing gorilla pose, get more of a King Kong situation happening. Drop the arms down, and you can finagle the hands however you want to, like that. And it's pretty much good. It is a little bit ridiculous because you get the complete exposed knee situation there, but, you know, the fact that they gave it to you at all is cool, right? Yeah. I mean, yeah, you still have the articulation. I kind of, you know, skipped that just a little bit, but yeah, the arms can come out there, but the shoulder armor gets in the way. The butterfly joint is what it is. But yeah, and technically speaking, he still has the same kind of weapon storage that he does in bot mode, so we'll just look at that in bot mode, shall we? But in monkey mode, let's see here, compared to our Wally friend. And I have another bot here who's coming up very shortly, so consider this a teaser. So he's Voyager. This is the deluxe. I'll just leave it at that. I kicked the camera, sorry. And we'll bring in a different Voyager Prime. The Siege Optimus, which these two will technically be interacting. You know, this is the kind of problem with the whole Earthrise thing. They got to Earth, I guess, in a way. Spoilers. But no, there's no vehicle modes for when they got there. We're just gonna ignore that. Guess we're just gonna ignore that. Sorry, I'm knocking stuff over. All right, so get him out of the way. He will make a return here in a minute. So let's get Boss Bot, the big monkey, into his robot mode. So let's start with the butt skirt, which is really what it is. So the butt fur, bring it here, rotate it, tab, slot, double hinge, tab together. And now you've got all of this. Go ahead and rotate his lower end around. I do love that they've maintained that like through almost every version of Optimus Primal. Okay, and then toes can come down. And rotate his legs out ever so slightly if you can. And then pull down on those same knees. Straighten them out like so. Pop the butt skirt, the new butt skirt as it were, so you can get a little bit more freedom. That's just sort of there. We just ignore that for the most part. It does hinder articulation, so you kind of have to leave that there. Let's go ahead and pull the main torso open, which is always fun. It's only tabbing together in a couple spots, and it is definitely an issue. So when you get here, you want to pull this forward, take the monkey head, turn it up, rotate 180, put it back down, flip the whole thing, 180, stick that in there. And now this is where you can, in fact, flip out his guns. You don't have to, but this is what we're doing because I don't want to fight it later. There we go. It's kind of hard to get leverage on that. It's really a small thing. There we go. Pull that up. Get it all the way up and out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and close this, but not before flipping this 180 because you're dumb. There we go. Close that all up. Is it tight? Is it sealed? Sort of. Okay, and then just sort of make the chest happen however you need to. And then, last but not least, we flip up the shoulder pauldrons to reveal the robot arms underneath. And then that is essentially it. That, as they say, is it. And here we go. We got a nice Optimus Primal. And we'll say, pretty nice. He's 10,000% better than the last time we got an Optimus Primal. If you guys recall, when I did the Optimal Optimus version from Power of the Primes, the thing was garbage. Least of all, he didn't turn into a monkey. He turned into a skate jet, which is stupid. This is better. So I guess if you have Optimal Optimus and you want to keep that one in his optimal mode, which why wouldn't you? Now you can have this to hang out in front of him and actually look like something cool. Right. Now let's look at that head sculpt. It's pretty much dead on, although the faceplate is white, not silver. This is probably going for a very specific version of the man, the bot. I think that is just a ball joint. Yeah. Does rotate. The red painted eyes do look really good. Arms can still do the thing. You do have a little bit more motion now that that shoulder pauldron is up. You still have the butterfly, though it does make everything feel bad. You have a horrendous gap right here. There's literally nothing you can do about that unless somebody comes along with the thing to help fill that in or something. There's literally nothing to do about that. The butt skirt here, you can't plug in because it will interfere with the legs, so that's an issue. He can kick forward that far. Still get the knee joint. You have to just make that good. There's a tab right there. So it's technically a single jointed knee. Okay, so yeah, let me get the knee or anything like that. So, you know, flight mode is what it is. I feel like inside this shell, they should have included like thrusters, like for his flight mode to pop out. Like that would have been a perfect spot. Just flip them back out, and you've got thrusters hanging out. That would have been much cooler. And you do get his swords, which are neat. Blue with silver paint. Does look decent and mostly captures the thing. And you guys get the two of those. They're definitely better than the ones he came with on... Actually, didn't come with them at all, if I remember correctly. On the last thing. Oh, kind of forgot those actually have a hinge. So, yeah, you can make use of those. So, yeah, there you go. And I mentioned it in monkey mode. He does have storage, like you do on the back. So that's cool. I mean, weapon storage is always good, right? Right. But as you go, he's actually pretty good. Definitely the best version we've gotten that's not a masterpiece. So that's something. And real quick, we will take a look at him next to Optimus Primal. Not just regular Prime, sorry. And once again, Voyager. Who cares about scale anymore? They really shouldn't care. It's like, it should just be, hey, here's our $10 figure, here's our $15 figure, here's our $20 figure. Given a size class is kind of pointless at this point, because once again, the Jazz from the 86 movie series is not a Voyager. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure he's a deluxe. I'll double check that when we get there, but I'm fairly certain that's a deluxe class figure. It just happens to be a big deluxe. Or maybe that's just the new Voyager. I don't know. You tell me. And then, once again, there's the Wally Meister. It's fine. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Kingdom line, at least for the Beast War stuff, is shaping up pretty nicely. Like I said, I had Cheetor and Black Arachnia in hand. I have zero interest in Rat Trap. Any of the core class figures, zero interest. Cheetor really doesn't look that good. Black Arachnia kind of does, at least in bot mode. Megatron, have not seen that in hand, but I've seen reviews of him, and it's fine. I do think that he's way too kibbly in bot mode, where the kibble one here is actually fairly well minimal. But it's, for the most part, when you get to these animal type creatures, these beast creatures, Transformers, they're a pain. You know, it's really hard to not, um, just not. You know, it is what it is. Um, Sorry, distracted. I got a weird message a second ago. But either way, it's good. By all means, pick it up if you're interested. I think that Megatron is a weaker version, but good probably at the same time. If I can take a look at him, I will. God knows if I'll see him, because I'm fairly certain this is actually in a secondary wave, and I never saw a first wave. Same thing with like the what are they, fossilizers? You know, I've only seen like Vertebraker or whatever, which somehow they got, or Vertebrake, which is a Spawn name. So hey, there's that. But guys, let me know what you think down below about this new Boss Monkey, and I'll see you on the next one. And remember, as always, keep on nerding. Also, he has nipple pins. Just kind of. Does anybody else? Yeah.